Good morning, everyone. Today I will be explaining packet sniffing by demonstrating it using ethical hacking tools such as Wireshark. Now, to begin with, we shall look into what is packet sniffing and the types of it. Okay. So, what is packet sniffing? Packet sniffing is capturing and analyzing the packets on a network. So, when we are using the browser, data is exchanged through packets, and these packets can be hijacked and analyzed by hackers. Now, this can also be used as a surveillance tool by a company to check what their employees are doing. Basically, it is packet sniffing is not hacking when you're doing it on your own system, but when you are trying to exploit another person's system without their acknowledgement, then it is in threat. Now, it can be done through software or by hardware. And by software, we shall be using tools like Wireshark, and hardware has its own dedicated tools. So this is how a sniffing attack is done. So the victim could be a user, and the user will be sharing his details to web server, which will be sent through packets, and the details from the web server will be sent to the user as packets. Now these packets can be hijacked by a person when it is being transferred. Now, uh, again, as said, when it is done without the acknowledgement of the user, then it is a phishing attack. Okay, so how packet sniffing works? So many people use the internet and network traffic occurs. So as a solution for this network traffic, every data which is being sent from one person to another is broken into packets. By this way, the data is sent from a person to a server by small chunks instead of a very big data, which mm, supposedly stops now, which supposedly eases the network traffic. Now, since they are being sent as packets, the size will be very small, and sniffers can easily detect and hijack if your system is very vulnerable. Now, what can a person do with these captured packets? So, with these captured packets, we can view the source and destination IP, which I shall explain later, and we can also see the protocol which is being used, whether it is FTP, HTTPS, TCP, etc. And if the data is not encrypted, the person can also view the content of the packet, which is why encryption is very important. Now, proceeding to the type of packet sniffing, we have two types, passive and active. Passive means the attacker simply listens to the data. He does not modify it, he does not change it. Rather, uh, he understands the traffic flow from it, and then, as said before, he can analyze the data by knowing what protocol is used from where and to whom it is being sent. Now, since the person does not make any changes to it, it is very hard to get. Whereas on the other side, we have active sniffing where the person tries to manipulate the data or the networking devices. It is easier to detect, but on the hacker side, it is very dangerous as it makes them very vulnerable. Okay, so uses of packet sniffing. Packet sniffing can be used for both legitimate uses and malicious uses, as said before. For legitimate uses, it should be your own system and your own network to begin with. Now, for what it can be used for to check network troubleshooting, to detect any bottlenecks or failed connections in the system, or it can be used for security auditing. Now, when it comes to malicious uses, you can uh, capture password and sensitive data as when you type data on a browser, the data has to reach the server through these packets, and the attacker can easily retrieve them. So they can also spy on the data, meaning from to which server the data is going, from whom it is going, etc. Tools used on packet sniffing. We have multiple tools for packet sniffing. Some of these are Wireshark, which I will be implementing. and then we have attack cap and nmap, etc. And for the countermeasures, as said before, encryption easiest countermeasure. Meaning if the attacker does not have a key, then the captured packet is very much useless to him. Now, your network can also be provided with security in order to so that the hacker cannot enter. Uh, and yeah, so we will be using the Kali Linux to proceed with the demonstration. It is basically a Linux OS and it has all these tools installed in it beforehand so that we can use it. And then among the tools given, we will using Wireshark. Now this is the Wireshark interface. As you can clearly see, here is the toolbar, and this is the packet list pane. This is the packet details pane, and then this is the packet byte pane. Now let us come to the packet list pane. In this pane, we have number, which shows the number of packets which is being sent and received, shows the time at which it is being sent, the source IP, the destination IP, and the protocol being used. Now the packet details pane shows the protocol version and all other details related to the packet, and the packet byte pane shows the details in a packet. Towards the left here you see is the hexadecimal format of the details in a packet, and uh, and this is the content hexadecimal when being converted. Yeah, so I will go with the demonstration. As we can see, we will be using Kali Linux for this. And to make sure this works, we need to set our Kali Linux to promiscuous mode. For this, we'll be going to the network setting, make sure it is connected to the internet, and allow promiscuous mode. Basically, this allows the Kali Linux to sniff the packets of the other OS, which is the Windows. Now, we will go to the OS. As you can see, this is an OS which is basically designed for ethical hacking and stuff. Again, this video is only for educational purposes. It is not promoting hacking stuff. So, wait a minute, I'm showing you. Yeah, so we saw a few tools here, Wireshark, Ethercap, and Map. And as you can see, all these tools are very much pre-installed in it. We have Wireshark, we have Nmap, we have Ethercap. See, all the tools which are required for ethical hacking will already be installed here, segregated by their uses, as you can see here. Let us open Wireshark. Okay, so we are inside Wireshark now, and as we are already inside the promiscuous mode, any packets which are being used, used by the Windows OS browsers, with these Chrome browsers, the packets that are being exchanged in the internet will be shown here. Now, this is a display filter. This can be used to filter out the packets which are being sent and received. For example, I want to see the packets which are using the TCP protocol. I can just type TCP and enter. Now all the packets using TCP protocol will be segregated and shown here. Now these are the very basic rules which are given, which is basically to restart the session. If you do this, uh, you can start a new session with all those packets gone. And this is to basically pause the session. If you pause the session, no more new packets will be added here. And the interface is different from what I had shown before. This would be the sorry, this is where the packet data will be shown, and this is where the details of the packet will be shown. Yeah, so now I will show a pretty easy demonstration on how to sniff data on a packet when it is in a vulnerable state. That is when using the HTTP protocol. So I'll explain that now. Okay, so the thing is, HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and this stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Basically, this has encryption. HTTP does not have an encryption. Older web pages use HTTP before encryption is introduced. Hence, such details are easy to be uh, retrieved through packet sniffing. Now we have entered this page which says not secure. In older versions of Chrome, it will show http.sphp, which should directly imply it is not secure. Now, if I give a username and password here, the details should be sent as a packet from my computer to this website server. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to sniff that packet, and since it is not encrypted, we can easily get the username and password. Let us set the username as admin and the password to be cryptography. Now, since I've already entered the website, now we know that this website uses the HTTP protocol. So if I give the HTTP protocol, these are the packets already being transferred from here to the server by opening the website. Now, if let me hit the login button. Yeah. So let's check here. See, we have multiple packets now. Yeah, we go to the post packet. Put it. Yeah. So we'll see here. So we have filtered from all the packets to the package which use the HTTP protocol, so that we will view the packets of the website which is currently being used. And since it is not a secure protocol, uh, it is not encrypted. As you can see here, this is the hexadecimal format, and when it is being directly converted, it has no encryption. It's just reads out the values, the exchange, application, etc. You can just directly convert it. There is no encryption to it. And once you go to the packet details and open this URL encoded, we can see that username and password, what I had typed admin and cryptography, is being stored in this packet, and this packet is to be sent to the server, and I have just sniffed the packet and taken the details. And you can also see it in the packet detail right here. See, admin username is admin and password is cryptography. Now this is the case of a HTTP protocol, that is, it is not encrypted or it is not secure. Now let us see other packets. So for example, let us see a TCP protocol packet. Yeah, as you can see, it is encrypted. When you convert this hexadecimal, it really doesn't make any sense, meaning it is encrypted. And uh, you and since it's encrypted, the hacker, it is basically the information is basically useless to the hacker, or it is not needed by him unless the hacker possesses the key. If the hacker has a key with him, he can encrypt the data and get useful information from it. Yeah, so the moral, what we can see is that for HTTP websites, they're not secure, you cannot use them. Whereas the other protocol websites are very much useful. Yeah, so now I'd like to conclude this topic. To recall what we have done, I have explained what is packet sniffing, demonstrated how to do, showed how the interface works, and yeah, most importantly, you need to use secure protocol options to ensure data remains secure. Thank you.